up to the next one.
Very outside.
States. Still calling seven.
Tell one turn.
Get ready. Ready.
And here we go, our second session of the boys open 3,200 meters. Again, 9:09.66. That's how we're going to kick things off here at the Arcadia Invitation, our open session. Two more remaining. This is number 2 right here. So obviously these boys probably a little more fired up, a little more motivated to know what they could do. And we'll see if we have any more joining that group going under 9:10, if not faster. Speaking of 9:10, Ben Bowie of Crystal Springs, he's got a 9:10.23 lifetime best. Bodie Thomas, the sophomore from Mercer Island out of Washington. He was a Washington 1A state champ a year ago, 9:13.84. Avery Erickson of Nathan Hale out of Seattle. He's gone 9:13, as has McMahon of Incline, Nevada. He went 9:13 at Dublin a couple weeks back. Diaga of Newport Harbor's gone 9:14. Aldana of St. John Bosco, he'll be owned off to San Luis Obispo in the fall. He's gone 9:15. And a little faster here and challenging up front, 66 on that opening lap, 66. Actually, we're getting a 64.2 from Arcadia of Desert Oasis out of Nevada. He's gone 9:16.72. And Krabari of Westmont, he's come off a 9:17 at Dublin a couple weeks back, the junior. Cook, Sacred Heart, came through under 65. Arcadia of Desert Oasis, Krabari of Westmont, Wyatt, the junior out of Eastside, South Carolina. He went 9:17 indoors a couple weeks back. And Holden Krezek of Fairview, Colorado. He was the number 1 scorer for their 5-8 third place group. Slowing it down just a little bit here. The second lap, they're going to come through right around a 73. And Aldana of St. John Bosco now taking over the chores here with Bowie of Crystal Springs. Bowie, of course, he was the catalyst on leading his group to the Division 5 California State Championship this past cross-country season. McMahon of Incline there from Tahoe came through at 2:18. Ibarra of El Diamante also there under 2:20. Adrian Welton of Westview. He was a state meet qualifier here in California a year ago. He's got a lifetime best of 9:15. And Miles Cook, the junior out of Sacred Heart Cathedral out of San Francisco. He went 9:17 and 4:13 a couple weeks ago. These two now taking the lead and now pushing the pace and doing everybody a favor if they want to go under 9:10. At 3:27, so right there at 9:12 pace for our leaders, that entire group under 9:20. So Welton coming through at 66.7. And now the senior Devin Ibarra of El Diamante, 9:15 a couple weeks ago. He's also gone 1:57 and 4:15, so leg speed attached to that time. So Welton continue to be your leader. Bowie of Crystal Springs on the outside.
On the turn. Strides on the outside on the turn.
And Brooks of Enumclaw. And they come through 437, 437. So very similar to what we saw in that first heat, except they came through right around 440. Now we hope to see some negative splits. Last heat we had a negative sub 430 on that last part of the race. So they're now picking it up. And Bowie, he came in with 9:10 credentials and now trying to see if he can go after 9 minutes. He'll need to come back with a 4:23, a tall order, but thus far he is up for it. Bowie now taking charge.
Did he just come late?
Two more came out, one's putting on his.
Okay, that's 28. So you stride if you want. Stay on the outside.
Bowie, he was your state meet runner-up in Division 5 here in California. .544, so they are picking it up. You can see that group starting to really thin out, but that means our top two boys are going after 9 minutes. The rest of that group going along for the ride here and trying to get back under 9:10. And Josiah Hortin of Tuscola, Illinois, obviously motivated by seeing his teammate win that previous section at 9:09.66. So he's going along with Bowie here with 1,000 meters to go. And Bowie looking smooth here up front. But Hortin, the senior from Tuscola, Illinois, he's got a lifetime best at 9:24. He is well below that pace right now. He's also gone under 155 for the 800. And speaking of which, 800 to go for our leaders, 649. And that was 64 in this chase group at 68, so 656 with 800 to go. And these two, they keep up this same pace. They're going to be staring at 9 minutes, 700 meters from now. Ben Bowie, the junior out of Crystal Springs, up in Uplands. And 600 to go, 9:21, 7:22. Hortin and Bowie continue to push one another. 500 to go. Stedman of Mountain View, Utah. He went 9:17 at the Pine View. He now leads that chase group. Ibarra of El Diamante, but here we go. 400 meters to go. 7:57, 63, and they're going to come back and get a 9. And this others chase group now 8:05. They come back with a 63. They're going to go under 9:10. 8:15. And Bowie, he sat back. He let everybody else do the work the first 3 laps and now trying to bring this one home. But his friend from Tuscola, Illinois, Hortin, going along for the ride, and 200 to go, 8:30. And this whole group starting to close in on our front tube. That's Ortiz of Burroughs. 8:40. 8:45. Bowie went after it here with Hortin. They're going to be under 9:10. They're at 8:55. And everybody else coming along for the ride and looking at that clock. 9:02, 9:03, 9:05, 9:08, 9:09. 9:02.82, and we are still in the open session of the Arcadia 3,200 meters. Hortin of Tuscola, 9:05.86. Clifford with a huge rush from the back there, 9:08.47. Monteleone of El Cerrito, 9:08.70. Brooks of Enumclaw, 9:09.33. Ibarra, El Diamante, 9:09.65. So 6 boys added to our sub 9:10 list. Lesher of Wainimi, 9:10.39. Dej of Desert Oasis, 9:12.93. Stedman of Mountain View at 9:13.79. So altogether 12 boys under 9:15 in our second open session of the boys 3,200 meters. Keep in mind we got 3 heats remaining tomorrow night, and we got 1 more remaining right now.
We have up too fast on that shit. Keep going. Ah.